Have you guys ever started your day in a room where it sounds like a male was giving birth? I swear that's what it sounded like. And don't ask, I don't know the details, but all I did was I heard some guy screaming over and over again through the door. I was like, what's going on in there? Well, that's the way it is sometimes. Oh, it actually is raining a little bit too. Like, I wonder if it's just this area. I won't be able to fly it afterwards if it's gonna start raining harder. It actually was supposed to rain recently, as you guys know. That's something that would be kind of neat if they ever invent like a consumer drone that's weatherproof and all that. Because I think in terms of things like weather, that's one of the things that I can't really shoot, obviously, because you don't want to risk damaging the drone. I find that snow was okay if you do it quickly because it comes out really dry, but I would assume like, yeah, rain is more about the moisture. Well, that's not necessarily a recommendation to fly it in the snow though. Like, I did it really quick last time, just as a test, as people were wondering. Oh, okay, yeah, the rain's really coming down, at least here anyways. I might not be able to fly it, but actually there was stuff I did the other day which got me to think about things like cameras on things that fly, and we actually tested it, like I did a test of it with someone else who had a model aircraft, and I attached this camera to it like, for fun, just to kind of show people like the perspective of it. I'll show it a bit later. One interesting thing I was reading was how that AirMap you guys have suggested that I used before, apparently in the US they're going to have something where it can auto-approve, like give you permission, like from flying around the airports and stuff like that. So it's kind of interesting. In my opinion, that's what people should be doing, like even in Canada. I mean, give people better accessible information of where they can and can't fly. But the app seems accurate for the most part. I know for here in Canada, like it actually says I can fly in this area actually with like caution, which makes me wonder, I thought this would be a complete no-fly zone just because it's around the seaplane area, so maybe I'm missing something. Like those if the camera picked it up. Like that's why I would have figured you can't fly here normally around the seaplane area. Although I have read at times there's something about like in certain advisory airspace, the advisory only actually applies if you go like 700 feet or above. I mean, for me anyways, I stay way below, but still, yeah, that's kind of the confusing thing in general. When you're flying like a drone recreationally, just for fun, trying to like interpret all those maps. I mean, if there is any need for education, it'll be like, you know, simple stuff like that. Generally speaking for myself, like even I say like, okay, I know this thing's flying up in the air, so I'm not gonna be stupid and fly into like the city and stuff there unless I have like permission and all that, and I have some kind of way to communicate with people like that. At the same time, like if it's like a, I don't know, like a big open area, like let's say here, if I just want to fly like really low and just take pictures of the water, it's like I don't see an issue with that, honestly. There has to be some kind of balance with that. There was two pieces of drone news that was kind of interesting. The first one was here, like in Canada. It was another piece of news saying like, you know, a drone or whatever was in a crash scene and apparently it delayed a helicopter. So people were reporting it like, you know, it's illegal for you guys to do this. But in general, like as most times, there was no actual pictures or anything like that, which makes me wonder like, okay, was it actually a drone? Or at the same time, again, like why doesn't the authorities just have their own drones and fly it there, like to find people? That then led me to read another piece of news. It was in Australia related to drones. Apparently there was a light collision with a drone with an airplane before, and so they were investigating it. But from what I gathered from reading this, just recently, after researching everything, they found out it wasn't actually a drone. Apparently it was a bat that collided with the airplane. So it kind of makes you wonder again, like with all these reports, like are they actually drones or is it just the hysteria right now? It flies in the air, it must be a drone. It makes you wonder when the hysteria will end. At the same time, like how interesting it would be just to look back at how freaked out people were of stuff like this. And a few days ago, since we were talking about things like drones, photography, model aircrafts doing acrobatic moves, like for a person like me, all I want to do is just capture like scenery and all that. And what we did for fun, like with another model aircraft flyer was, I was like, let's attach like this camera. They wanted me to attach this camera to the model aircraft, I guess just to see like, you know, what would the perspectives be like. At the same time, how much work people would normally have to go through, I guess a traditional way to get like basic photos or videos. Like I even mean things like, you know, maybe someone hiring a helicopter pilot or something like that, like paying hundreds of dollars, whereas you could get something like a drone like I have, for example. Like that's just the way it is. It's more simple and it's more safe to use in my opinion. So it's kind of funny, you can see like how the plane was like with this, like, even with this really light camera, it was like too heavy. So like you guys can kind of see like how it was in that day and how we tried to like fly together with it on and all that. Obviously we did it in a safe way, like it's in an open field and all that, but again, it just kind of shows me like hopefully people realize the benefits. I mean, a lot of people buy it just, again, to take basic photos and videos of their trips, just to capture some memories. So hopefully people realize that, or at the same time, if someone's flying it for fun and stunts in an open field, like why not? There's nothing wrong with that. The contrast of flying again was actually really interesting. Like for me, it's more about staying in the air and steady and like, where is he? Try to find him, steady shot, keep him in there. Whereas his is like, oh no, air pocket, try to fly it more steadily. Like again, like there you just kind of, there's a different ways to fly it and it requires like a different skill set. Whew. And the rain is really coming down. Oh, people already have their umbrellas out. All right, probably gotta wrap this up. See you guys later.